My wife left me for her dream man. Then, just 4 months after our divorce, she begged me to take her back. Call me evil, but seeing her miserable makes me freaking happy. 3 years ago at 48M, I found out my wife, 46F, was having an affair. She met a guy at work and came home one day telling me she was in love with him, no longer loved me, and wanted a divorce. This was a guy she'd only known for 3 months at the time. She and I had been together since we were in our 20s. We have 3 kids, 28M, 26M, and 23F. Well, I tried to fight for my marriage and didn't want a divorce, but she simply would not stop seeing this guy. After one weekend, where she disappeared from Friday afternoon to Sunday night, I ended up throwing her out of the house. She immediately moved in with this guy. The only excuse she ever gave me was, "I never wanted to hurt you, but there's just something about this guy, and I deserve to be happy." That was it. That was the depth of her reasoning for throwing everything we built together away. We ended up finalizing our divorce in early 2022. Although I had very hard feelings towards her, I faked it enough to get pretty favorable divorce terms from her. It seemed she was so eager to be with her dream man that she didn't have time for a long divorce. So, in the end, I got to keep my pension and the house, which I had bought from my grandmother. I did have to give her half of my 401k, however. The effect on our kids was pretty devastating. All 3 of them took it very hard. My oldest son told her that if she chose this man, he'd never have a relationship with her again. As of right now, neither of our sons has a relationship with their mother. Our daughter does talk to her from time to time, but their relationship is very strained, to say the least. My daughter is a very kind person, and she tries, but she usually ends her conversations with her mother even more upset than when they started. About 4 months after the divorce, my ex contacted me out of the blue. She told me she had made a terrible mistake and asked if she could come home. Her dream man turned out to be an alcoholic who she says is verbally abusive and wasted all of her money. I used this opportunity to tell her exactly what I thought of her as a person, a wife, and a mother. I told her this was her life now and to deal with it. I told her she no longer had a home at this house and to never contact me again. Then a few things happened over the last year that have driven her to start trying to contact me again. First off, I met someone. My sister introduced me to a friend of hers who is also divorced, and she and I hit it off. We've been seeing each other since last summer, and while we've agreed that neither of us wants to get married again, we are together. Once my ex heard about this, she once again tried to contact me, but I ignored her. My son also got married and didn't invite his mother. She again contacted me to try to get me to intervene on her behalf. I told her I would talk to him, but I never did. Secretly, I feel like she deserves all the pain she's feeling when it comes to our kids. She destroyed our family without so much as an afterthought. Too bad, so sad. Now, she recently told our daughter that she finally broke it off with the dream man because she couldn't take his drinking and total lack of responsibility. He wasted her half of the 401k that I had to give her. He also totaled her car while driving drunk. This from a man in his 40s. Again, she knew this guy for 3 months and torpedoed our whole family for him. On the face of it, I act like I feel sorry for her, but inside, I really delight in the fact that she's so unhappy. Call me evil or whatever. I don't care. She brought this on herself, and it serves her right. I actually had to sit there one Saturday night while she got ready for a date with this guy and laughed on the phone with her friend about how awkward our living situation was. I lived in hell for over a year because of her. Wait until she finds out our son and his wife are going to have a baby later this year. Maybe if she had been able to keep her legs closed, she'd get to meet her grandchild. Enjoy your shitty 1-bedroom apartment and your broken-down used car. Me and my new partner will think of you when we're on vacation in Hawaii this summer. Hawaii was the trip my ex and I always planned to take once our daughter finished college. Maybe I will send her pictures. Relevant comments *. Be civil. If you want her to be miserable, then you need to be pleasant and civil so that she can continually compare the life that she has against the life that she could have had and always think that she's worse off.
**op. **.
On the surface, I am polite. I tell my kids all the time I feel bad for her. I tell them she's still their mother, and they can't cut her off forever. But inside, I get the satisfaction that things turned out this way. It's petty and it's mean, but it is what it is. Comment *. The ages of the kids don't quite add up. They've been together since their 20s, but their oldest kid would mean she was only 18.
**op. **.
Yes, I was 20, And she was 18 when we had our first son. We have known each other since high school. I was a senior and she was a sophomore when we first met. Comment asterisk. I don't understand why you still had to give up half your pension if it was her fault divorce.
Asterisk asterisk op. Asterisk asterisk.
Well, my actual pension I didn't give up. The 401k, I had to give up half of. No fault state. Unfortunately. I got her to agree to leave the pension and the house alone. The house was my main concern. I bought it for my grandmother 18 years ago, and it's been in my family since my grandparents got married. It was important to me not to sell it. Comment asterisk. Unless you've been there, it is impossible to understand the mind asterisk ck that is an exit affair. Seeing the natural consequences come to fruition must be something. I hope Hawaii is amazing.
Asterisk asterisk op. Asterisk asterisk.
Yes, it's a total mind asterisk ck to literally have the person you've been with since you were 20 come home from work one day and tell you they've fallen in love with someone they've only known for a few months and they want a divorce. I'm sorry if this happened to you too.